Hi everybody, this is the next Purposeful Arcana segment. Today we'll be discussing Justice and Chariot. I love these cards, so it's better than the Hierophant, which I think you obviously know that I have a disdain for the Hierophant. So, first we'll be discussing the Chariot, which I think from the Wild Unknown, which is what this deck is, which is what these two cards are from, the Wild Unknown, the traditional first, first deck, first edition deck. I believe these are not the traditional numbers, because looking at the original Major Arcana for probably Rider-Waite, supposed to be Strength and the Chariot, which would have been a little bit of annoying because it would have been a bit of a regurgitation in my opinion, because the two are kind of similar. But regardless, this is what we'll be discussing today because I'm going by the Wild Unknown. So, anyways, first things first, let's discuss the Chariot. Love this card. One of my favorite cards ever, honestly, because it's so powerful. I mean, just look at it. It's got this beautiful horse. Just look at the hiccups. This beautiful horse. It just looks so intent and stoic. And you can see this darkness in the background that's running away from. And you know that this horse is overcoming whatever in the background that originally was fighting. So that's kind of what this card symbolizes, guys, is that it symbolizes overcoming your obstacles. Now, why is this card so important? Because it's a card of encouragement. It's such a potent, beautiful card, reminding you that you have the power to overcome your obstacles. You have the power to make things happen. You ultimately are the Chariot here. You are this horse figure running from whatever it is in the background there that was sucking you dry. You are this horse. Now, why can it be negative? Because sometimes we can be we can succumb to our power. We can be that power-hungry person once we've actually grown accustomed to our power, once we've seen what we can do. And sometimes you have to realign and rebalance and realize that you are becoming way too in control, or obsessed with control rather. And then this starts coming back over you again. Rather, this little black ball we see here starts coming back in control. And that is not what you want to happen. We want to be the Chariot in the good, positive way. You don't want to be the one that is always in control and always being power hungry, because some people are like that, even if they don't realize it. It can be hard to not get a taste of self-power and then suddenly succumb to it in a way that's dark. I think we've seen that before with people in different variations, of course. I mean, it doesn't have to go straight to, like, big figures necessarily, but it can go straight to people you may even know. people who have gotten a taste of some sort of success and then it went straight to their head. And now they're not the same anymore. You don't want to be that person. You want to be the person who's in control and balance and knows exactly what they're doing with themselves. Who are in, they're staying true to themselves, rather. Ugh, I've got a fuzzy on my nose. Like I said, I don't edit these videos, guys. I just do my thing. So, sorry. I like to be authentic and just go in one whole take. So, what you see is what you get. But anyways, you just want to stay true to yourself and stay true to your cause, guys. That's what we see with the Chariot. Now, with Justice, is we see a sort of yin and yang dichotomy here, which I believe is the right word I'm wanting to use. You see, I love this picture of the two cats, the black and the white cat, and the jewel in the middle with the sword coming down, reminding us that if there is an imbalance, it must be taken care of. Now, this card's got a pretty simple meaning because, well, what do we think of when we think of justice? What's right and what's fair, of course. So, when you think of that, it's pretty simple. There's not much else that you can think of when it comes to what this card could possibly mean, other than doing what matters most and doing what's fair and what's right. Now, why is this card so important? Because it reminds us that we have to do things sometimes that aren't always the easiest. They may not be what we want to do necessarily, but they restore the balance to our lives. They restore that yin and yang that we need in our lives. They restore that sense of balance, that sense of essential guidance to our lives because we've came to a point in which we are no longer balanced. We have to make those important decisions sometimes that are not always easy, but are for the best. Remember that. Now, why can this card be bad sometimes? Because sometimes you are not balanced at all and you refuse to believe that. This card can be a cruel reminder that you're not being honest with yourself. You're not being honest about your sense of direction or your sense of purpose or what you are doing with your life or what decisions you need to make. There are some things that you need to be more blunt about, more authentic about. And it's reminding you that, hey, you are not balanced. You're doing this number with your life. And you want to be this card. You want to be these two kitties who are in line and they have this beautiful little gem in between them. And I can't move my fingers properly. Woo. But anyways, there we go. Whatever. You see what I'm doing here. My point is that these two kitties here, they're balanced. They've got their tails wrapped together because they're connected. They're connected with their light and dark sides. You need to be that. You need to have this sense of sternness with yourself. Just as what this sword represents. Justice, sternness, honesty, bluntness. And reminding you that you need that to be balanced, guys. Remember that. These two cards are so important in reminding you that you have to be balanced and true to yourself and to your cause. You can't just always blatantly or not blatantly be lost and oblivious to what you're trying to do with yourself. Both these cards here are giving you a sense of cause and purpose. And without them, they remind you that... Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But without these cards, we wouldn't have a reminder that we have to have a purpose in our lives. The Chariot reminds us to be strong and overcome our obstacles to get to our purpose, while Justice reminds us that we have to be blunt and honest in terms of what we need to seek on our journey. Remember, these two cards are so important, guys. And with that, namaste.